It's the second best podcast in the world, second to the Kurt Angle Show. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Hey Daryl, hey Warner, this is Thick Mama Pump, Jordan Grace, coming at you through a Snapchat filter because honestly, it's just easier this way for me, for you, and definitely for my self-esteem because I don't feel like putting on makeup right now, and you know how it is. But I heard you guys do a wrestling if I can talk today, podcast called I'm gonna say this right, hopefully. Covalent, fingers crossed, that's how you say it, because I think I would normally pronounce it Covalent, but Covalent Wrestling Podcast. So I hope that is awesome. I hope you guys get, a bazillion views on it or listens or however podcasts work because everybody does them on Zoom nowadays. But talk to you later. Bye.
All right, beautiful people, prepare your VHS tapes and your drop boxes because, guys, we got to give y'all a Blockbuster. So that means welcome to your AEW Summer Blockbuster Live Review. It's your boy, Mr. Starksign.
Big dude.
His late as a motherfucker.
Ooh.
And we are here, and we are alive. We are breathing. I know y'all missed this. It was only one review. You'll be okay. If not, we will buy you some Band-Aids and, as white girls say, tampons. Not tampons, but tampons. Okay, we got you covered over here. But much love to everybody who is in here right now on the Late Night Creep with your boys here at Covalent TV. It means the world that you are here. But y'all know what to do straight away. Get our likes up, man. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang. Hit us off heavy, man. Y'all got to do it in Truth Seekers Roll Call, obviously, in the chat. Let's get that rolling as well. And also, beautiful people, if you are here tonight, you have made it through another 4-hour AEW special, which means that you enjoy professional wrestling, and that is a good thing, and you are the type of people that we want here. Now, if you are a drone and you're going to come in here and troll, we just going to pack you up. You got to find something better to do at midnight on Eastern time, which no one cares about, or the best time there is on the planet, Central time. That actually makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Or Gavin Newsom time. If you're on Gavin Newsom time out there in California, you know what I'm saying? Then in which case, you too. We love you. No pause. We love everybody who watches Covalent TV and supports the show. Much love, much love, much love. Now, guys, we have a job to do. That's why we are here. That is bringing you beautiful people the news, holding one special, accountable, and bringing you those facts, data, and statistics as we go. But ladies and gentlemen, I have an extra special what we not going to do, and I got a feeling it's going to tie into something Werner's going to say, because ladies and gentlemen, Werner was the main star of WCW Thunder because he loved stealing it so much. So let's see what happens here, beautiful people. It is time to get into 10 News. Lego.
So we talked about this a little bit on the, what was it, the Money in the Bank?
Werner had brunch
Review?
with Gavin Newsom.
I did not have brunch with Gavin Newsom.
Yes, you did.
I was never invited to the French Laundry during COVID.
Good for you.
You know?
You're a very prestigious gentleman. All right, go ahead.
But we talked about the jock tax.
Mm-hmm. We sure did.
We sure did. And apparently, I did find in a legal journal making a case for WWE to have, a labor union.
Okay.
Apparently, WWE wrestlers are forced to pay a 15% self-employment tax through their 1099.
Really?
Yep.
50%?
15.
Oh, I thought you said 50. I was about to be like, are you insane? 15 is a lot too, though. Like, okay. So if y'all ever wonder why a lot of indie wrestlers that are successful on the indies, that is the caveat of what I'm about to say next, that are successful on the indies always say they make more money outside of WWE than they ever did within, stuff like that is why.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we like to educate on this show. This is why, beautiful people, because where else are you going to get information like this? You know, WrestleNomics probably won't do this. They do a good job with statistics, don't get me wrong, but they won't do something like this because it would paint WWE in a negative light. Now, somebody might say, oh, you're not going to give any of that heat to AEW. I'm sure it's the same over there. Possibly, but the difference is Tony Khan allows wrestlers to work outside gigs unless, he needs them for a storyline or something. He lets them work independent dates where they can make an extra little scruple-duple of money. See, that's the fundamental difference right there. And he lets them do conventions that aren't WWE sponsored, where WWE is probably, now that's probably 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me be fair and generous. Let me not be let me not be hyperbolic. 45%. Oh, yeah, because I know there's going to be a person that's going to be like, oh, come on, that's a reach. I'm sure it's not a 50-50 split. Okay, I'll humor you. 49. 49. The wrestler gets 49. You feel better? Okay. So at the end of the day, the reason why we propose questions like that, and I always say it, and I'm going to say it until I'm fucking blue in the face, we love getting on here and educating you guys, and we can't seem to get that across with WWE shows because our brains have already been reduced to mush by the time that we are clicking the live button, because WWE television programming is just that damn bad. So I love when we can do streams like this where we actually can inform you all, educate you all, and that means the world to me, and I'm sure it means something to Werner as well, especially considering he is best friends with Gavin Newsom.
I'm not best friends with Gavin Newsom.
He said, look, California, I love all of your policies. Okay?
Yeah, that's why they're on fire.
Well, you had brunch with Gavin, and then you had lunch with Arnold. You had to get to the bottom of things, but Werner is saving California 2090. Ladies and gentlemen, he is going to save California in the year 2090.
Yeah, I didn't have lunch with that rhino either.
Oh, Jesus Christ, here he goes. Okay, but beautiful people, if you don't think these statistics are important, then in which case, I'm almost certain you are not an independent wrestling fan. I'm sure you don't support your favorite wrestlers if they're not in WWE. Now, we're not using this statistic as like a gotcha or some kind of stuff like that, but it does kind of bring the gotcha out. Where if you're listening to that stat that Werner just ran off, you go, wow, who cares about that? Oh, my God, who cares? Because I'm starting to notice that that's WWE Drone's new little defense tactic, is instead of actually addressing the issue that is presented to them via facts, data, and or statistics, they go, who cares? Who cares about this stuff? That's their new defense tactic. So be on the lookout for that one. I've been seeing that a lot recently. That's what they're going to now. They're doing the petulant 5-year-old. So that's where they're at right now. So their back is against the ropes, wall, whatever you want to use. I don't think they can afford a wall. I don't even think they can afford ropes. But their back is against whatever metaphorical wall or ropes that they could possibly be against. And that's why they don't like hearing stats like what we just gave off. And whenever we post stuff like this or we ever give obscure stats about professional wrestling, the first thing they do is go under that post, especially if it's something that makes WWE look a certain way. They go under the post, who cares about this? Because they have no defense. Like none.
Mm-hmm.
None. Zero. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that WWE superstars are getting taxed pretty heavily, but this is by choice. So I can't put it all on the WWE as much as I would love to. I can't put it all on the WWE because it's by choice. These wrestlers go to a promotion where they know their finances are going to be handcuffed by the company of which that owns them, because it's starting to become an ownership situation. I guess I'm going to toss in a little education myself. It's starting to become a bit of an ownership situation with WWE, where they want to own you lock, stock, and barrel down to shit at the rate we're going, probably wrestling gear soon. They want to own wrestlers lock, stock, and barrel. Let's keep it a buck. You understand what I'm saying? So WWE wrestlers are losing incentive to be in the WWE. Unless WWE just offers you a Roman Reigns amount of money, a Charlotte Flair amount of money, what's really the incentive? Just even from a financial standpoint. Can anybody answer? Bueller? What's the incentive? You're gonna be taxed to hell. You got to give WWE a massive cut of whatever you do independently, which that doesn't make any sense. That's an oxymoron like a motherfucker. You have to give a corporation a cut of whatever you do independently is wild.
Yep.
Just even saying that out loud is kind of wild. So yeah, it's really becoming to a point where it's like, what are the incentives of joining WWE if you're a wrestler, especially a young and up and coming wrestler, where you can, put a couple stamps on your bump card on the indies for maybe 5 or 6 years and make a whole bunch of merch money. But a lot of these, Warren, I'm about to piss these independent wrestlers off again.
Yeah.
A lot of independent wrestlers are lazy as fuck and don't want to create a gimmick to where they could create dope merch and make millions. Or at least hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
They're too lazy. They just want to be generic wrestler 86 until they have enough good matches to where WWE picks up the phone and calls them to come to the sweatshop. Somebody stop me when I fucking lie. That's what it is. I'm telling y'all what it is. Y'all notice how generic most independent wrestlers are these days? Like even the women. Like you got you got a couple women that got some gimmicks, they got some charisma, they got some sex appeal, but they're generic. I could start naming names, but I don't feel like being messy tonight. And you know why they're being generic? Because they're like, again, if I could just have a couple good matches with a few WWE cast-offs that got released and they're working the indies, maybe I could get to WWE and take their spot.
They don't see me because I'm facing their former wrestler.
And Warner, if I'm lying, I dare any independent wrestler that fits the mold of what I am describing to tell me I'm lying. Guys, I told y'all, I used to do it. I hear how these wrestlers talk. I heard how these wrestlers talk. I still do. Oh, Shotzi got released. I'm working her tonight in this promotion. Cool. Well, I'm going to work her so good that hopefully they give me a call and I take her spot.
I know.
Sounds catty. Sounds immature. Sounds lame. But that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Respectfully. All right, Adrian Carpenter came through with the 10 Schmack rules, said the incentive is dreams. See, that sounds good. And, I agree because I told y'all they're in the dream selling business. I'm the one that gave y'all this talking point. I told y'all they're in the dream selling business. They're not in the business of paying wrestlers what they're worth anymore. But I also brought up last week how they're running out of dreams to sell. WrestleMania moments don't really mean shit anymore. Main roster moments don't really mean shit anymore. Like Saraya should be grateful. She's a part of the group of people that truly got like a dope ass main roster moment.
Yep.
Like, welcome to the main roster moment. Like, think about how many dope welcome to the main roster moments we've gotten since, what, maybe like 3? And I'm being very generous by saying 3. What, Saraya, Kevin Owens, see?
Ben.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. I did say I could probably name 3. Shinsuke at first, but I feel like that's a stretch.
That's a big stretch.
But like Shinsuke at first, but like, yeah, I'm either way, it's in the single digits. And WWE is employing hundreds of wrestlers right now. So you mean to tell me my odds, if I sign with your company, of getting a dope main roster moment, let alone a WrestleMania moment, my odds are like, what, 1 in however many people are on the fucking roster on my side? And then when I get to the main roster and I'm fully comfortable, I got to deal with politics from the ceilings. Again, be it men's or women's side. That's a joke. So let's recap, y'all. You're getting taxed all to hell. Anything you do independently, WWE is going to scoop up and take the biggest cut that they possibly can from.
Mm-hmm.
And the incentive to even be pushed as a star is non-existent because WWE doesn't create stars anymore.
And God forbid if you get over organically.
Warner, let's keep it a buck. Was WWE ever a star-making factory?
No.
Like, that's the conversation that I think I'm going to save for Friday. I think that's going to be a talking point on Friday. Like, has WWE really ever been a star-making factory? Like, you could kind of sort of argue Attitude Era, but even then, a lot of those wrestlers came from other places.
90% of them.
Oops. Again, something I ain't supposed to say. Oops. This is who said I mean maybe back. See,
no.
Stop it. Stop.
No.
Okay, Senor Nerd, watch this. This is why I say fanboyism is not allowed in our streams. Senor Nerd, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, and I dare you to actually come on here and tell the truth after you do it. Go to your local mall, walk up to 30 people, and ask them, do you know who Becky Lynch is, without even adding any additional context. And then, when they inevitably tell you no, I want you to ask them, do they know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is? With no context. I think some people don't know what a star is anymore. A star is a household name. Becky Lynch ain't a household name, not even in Ireland. See, no offense, Senor Nerd. This is why I be saying I do not like fanboyism in the stream, because it muddies the waters and it brings up a whole bunch of talking points that literally can be debunked within seconds if you just go outside and do the research. Becky. No. Don't half step now. No. Don't half step now. You made an implication, and now you're trying to do distinction without a difference. No. No. Maybe is a pretty heavy implication, especially with WWE.
Yeah.
That's a pretty heavy implication. So you either standing on it or you not. Say this starts with the Fed calling everyone a WWE superstar, but what does that even mean these days?
That means nothing.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, what they're like, even their little buzz terms don't even mean shit anymore. There was a time where you did. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a time where when you did hear WWE superstar. You like, whoa, wow, that means something. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah, thank you. At least you owned up to your shit. Thank you, Senior Nerd. I appreciate accountability. All right. So, yeah, no, dude, you got to be careful with phrasing, man, because, man, implications are a motherfucker. I done seen people get locked up for 20 years over a damn implication. You got to be very careful with implications. Very. Yeah. Let me see what we got. I don't know, Warren. I don't know if this Sean guy was talking about your hair or mine. I was finna say, sir, this hair is called moisturized. This is called leave-in conditioner.
Why are we talking about hair?
Yeah, I don't know if he was talking about your hair or my hair, but like, no, my hair ain't wet. It's called conditioner and tea tree oil. That's what that's called. Okay. That's how you keep dandruff off your scalp. I'm sorry if you got that lice infestation and you had to buy a lifetime supply of Selsun Blue. But yeah, I can't do it. That shit is like putting brown Listerine in your hair. You understand? And it's made for white people hair. You will never catch me. You will never see that shit in my shower. I tell you that. Okay. Well, I put that shit in my hair one time. I was looking like Will Ospreay at Double or Nothing. My shit. I said, what in the Dawson's Creek happened to my hair? How did my hair get straight? That was just, yeah, that's meant for the white boys. I can't use it. Anyway, Luis Diaz Rodriguez. Shouts out to you. New commenter said the only in WWE who has a good attitude and wants to grind is formerly known as Jakar Jackson Marashade. Yeah, no, she has the right mindset. She definitely has the right attitude. Friend of the show, by the way. I'm sure she's watched it, once or twice. So yeah. Much love. Much love. That's exactly what I did, Xavier. I took the day off. I had some business to handle. Man, I sat back and watched the BET Awards. And it was phenomenal. First phenomenal BET Awards in a long time, actually. So, yeah. Oh, man, I didn't miss it one bit. Unplugging from the WWE Matrix felt just like the shiznit. I was having a great time. Plus, something else happened that I'm going to tell Werner about after the stream.
Yay.
Now you get your lifetime supply of Selsun Blue. That's right. Give it up for Werner, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody give it up for Werner.
The farthest I go is Head and Shoulders, and that's it.
What about knees and toes?
No, just Head and Shoulders.
You can't get the knees and toes body wash either?
No,
where it only
just the Head and
works
Shoulders.
on knees and toes?
Just Head and Shoulders above.
Okay. Werner puts conditioner in his pubic hairs.
Ew.
Ew. What's wrong with that, man? You don't want curly pubes?
No.
I couldn't get curly pubes out without laughing, y'all. I'm sorry. That was very immature of me. But you know what? For the sake of my immaturity and for y'all to scold me a little bit, everybody put curly pubes in the comment section. Okay? I need to... Everybody show your loyalty. Otherwise, I'm buying leashes for every single one of you motherfuckers. I'm putting cases on all you. You'll be playing basketball in Pelican Bay by the time I'm done with you. And I'm leaving it with something. Yes, thank you. Curly pubes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure Nikki Bella has curly pubes. She looks like one of those women that is so vain that everything on her has to be like upkept.
Uh-huh.
That girl got a curling iron for her pubic hairs. Oh my goodness. Oh God. Welcome to Late Night with Covalent TV, ladies and gentlemen.
After dark.
You know what I'm saying? We are in here on the Late Night Creep, beautiful people. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm shocked at the sheer amount of people that put curly pubes in the comment section. Y'all are dope, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, the Kirk Franklin performance was on fire. It was on fire. I was raised on that music, man. Yes. I might rewatch that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might rewatch it. Who knows? Who knows what I'm gonna do after this? Or who I'm gonna do after this? Curly
I have an
pubes.
idea.
All right, Werner, with your goddamn I playing dirt hair ass. This motherfucking X Games looking bastard. 300-pound skateboard division looking ass boy. All right, Warner, you don't want me to start roasting you in this motherfucker, man. All right. But we got a job to do still, man. We got through news. Yay.
Hmm?
But I think, Warner, do you have a drone accountability?
Oh, I told you about this one.
Ah, yes. It's about Porky the Pig. Okay. So, guys, if y'all know what portion of the show is coming up and y'all want to donate y'all ribs to Werner, to go ahead and put that thing in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Brang, tang, tang, if you shall. Beautiful people, it is time for Werner, at least, to hold one special
Dumbass!
accountable. It is time for drone accountability. Lego.
This is from Twitter.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. The way she looks so sad in photographs. I absolutely love it. When Werner's credit score dips. Go ahead.
This is from @Chidex_com.
Oh God.
I can't say the name because it's just too long and it cuts off. But this is in relation to Worlds Collide.
Worlds tend to do that from time to time.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But this person says, and I quote, Lillian Garcia can speak Spanish?
Father of God.
Okay, honorary Latina.
Dumbass!
She's literally a fucking Latina.
Now she's honorary.
So an Australian white woman can hang one of y'all people upside down from a cage and beat him like a piñata, and that's fine. But Lillian Garcia is an honorary Latina? Can y'all pick a damn struggle? Jesus tap dancing Christ. That's like me saying Morgan Freeman is an honorary black man. What type of shit is that? What type of shit is that? Y'all gotta find something to do, bro. Y'all gotta find something to do, man. Go grab y'all some business, bro. Her last name is literally Garcia. What the fuck? What do you think, George Lopez is a German? What the fuck are you? What's going on? What? Oh, Jesus, tap dancing Christ. They just get bored and just type shit. And that's not even funny. Like, I know they thought they were being funny. That's not funny. You just came across like a fucking dunce cap. Goodness gracious me. WWE fans, y'all should never attempt comedy. That is something y'all should never do. Never attempt comedy. Y'all are not good at it. Just like the promotion y'all support. Y'all are not good at comedy. Stop. Every time I see WWE fans try to make a joke about anything, I'm like, if you don't walk off the stage expeditiously. Lillian Garcia's an honorary Latina, but Dom getting whooped by an Australian white woman is just peachy keen with y'all, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that need to be adjacent to white folks is a mother lover, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious me. Good Lord. Werner, is Zelina Vega black?
She could be. I mean, who knows?
I could put it in her. I'm covered in your wife, Alistair Black. Do something about it. Play with my light right now.
Well, he won't because you didn't come knock on his door.
I ain't knocking on no man's door. Werner, I will leave that to you. Because I know you were on the Love Boat. Soon you'll be making another run.
No.
Alistair Black slapped you with a piece of mayo bread. You ain't been the same ever since.
Nope.
Goodness gracious me. That was, Werner, that was, yeah, I give it to you. That was an all-timer.
Mm-hmm.
I give it to you. I give it to you. That was an all-timer. That was something right there. Yeah, no, Jenna Ortega case, she don't need to though, because I'd still you almost got me caught up just now. I'm gonna change the lingo a little bit. Her face with an open orifice, I won't say which one, with one body part that I have, would proceed to happen in a very forceful manner in the event that we came into contact. She don't need to speak Spanish. Jenna Ortega don't need to speak a lick of Spanish to get this work. She could get this 9 to 5. She could get this late shift, whatever she want. All right? I ain't trying to hear none of that. So what? So what? Who cares? She's in the United States. Who cares? All right. Keep our chat rate up, beautiful people. Keep our chat rate up. Appreciate y'all for being in here, man. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. So far, we only got one donation. I know we could do better. Y'all could do better as a team, as a squad. Y'all could do it. 10 of them things is appreciated, but I think we could do more. I know we can. See what we got. Okay, let me see what we got. Pin Mike said, I don't care. Yeah, I don't give a damn either. Man, look. That's like, wait, Werner. Jen Ortega is in my bedroom ready to go. And I'm like, wait, do you speak Spanish? And she's like, no. And I'm like, out with you, woman? Like, fucking cares. Goodness gracious.
That would be the dumbest thing to kick a woman out of bed for.
Right. Rhea Ripley can't say no properly, so she has to go. No.
She doesn't speak English.
Goodness gracious. We finna get a side rant going. I can't stand when men disqualify a woman for something that is so fucking trivial. It's like, dude, you gonna miss out on some good viscous innards because she says the word twig funny? Like, you sound dumb. Like, you sound stupid as hell. Oh, man, she got one roll on her back. I don't know if I could. What?
Shut up.
Right. Homie, are you out of your mind?
Are you getting some? Like,
dog,
seriously.
Dog, I've seen motherfuckers do this with bad bitches. Bad bitches. Man, I don't know. Something about that little tiny beauty mark on her neck. I just can't hit. Sir, if you don't go to fucking McDonald's and get a wrap around that motherfucker, what's wrong with you? Dude, and it's all that fake machismo shit. It's just fake machismo. They know they don't stand a chance with the girl anyway, so now they got to find something trivial about the girl to be like, oh, well, I wouldn't hit no way. Bullshit. Yes, you would. If she walked over here right now and said, hey, let's frick, you gonna be Gary Frick. That's what you gonna do. All right? Fella, stop doing that. It's corny. Stop doing that. Goodness gracious. And I ain't reading it just yet because I'm going to get to it. Guys, it's time to do what we not going to do. Some of y'all need to slow down, man. Y'all know when it comes to the hottest topics in wrestling, it's going to be discussed. Chodathan Rodington. I ain't even going to call you my good sir. My delusional bleach-headed friend, sir.
That bleach went to his brain.
Sir. This is going to be probably one of the shortest what we not going to do's I think I've ever done. Sir, we have been saying on our show for years since you have left AEW, that something you do not need to do is take credit for things that you did not build. We have literally been saying this since before you left for WWE. We've been saying how people can see through you. They can see through your bullshit, how you act like a damn fake-ass politician that's on campaign. Like, dude, we've been saying this shit for years about you, dickhead. But you said, let me earn the dickhead trophy for the next century. Because, homie, you would go on to claim something that is so asinine that even drones had to stay quiet because they knew you made a fool out of yourself. And drones defend anything behind that ugly corporate ass logo. Anything.
Yep.
Did you actually say Bullet Club wasn't drawing any money, any real money, until you came along? Are you stupid, simple, or slow? Which fucking one? Which one? This is why WWE revisionist history being held on with a death grip by WWE is loosening as we speak, because all of the things that WWE tosses out as revisionist history can be what?
Looked up, checked on.
It's like, does Cody still think we in like 2002?
Apparently.
Homie, you just outwardly lied. Like, dude, it wasn't even a lie that was small enough to be overlooked. It was like a earth-size fucking lie. Stop bullshitting. Dude, that's why you had to leave AEW. People started seeing through you, including people backstage that actually call some shots. You don't want that to come out, because I know the story behind that. A lot of people don't. Now, that is something I might make y'all pay for. Because I know the story behind why he really left. I know what Brandy got into backstage. But Cody, if you were the quarterback of all of these great things that happen in professional wrestling during its hottest time, might I add, the first resurgence in pro wrestling since the Attitude Era, if you were the quarterback of all that, sir, how can you get booted from something you helped create? Oops. How are you not accepted in something that you made lucrative? Oops. Sir, you just making shit up. And I would tell you to your face that you making shit up. You got an ego the size of fucking Jupiter, and it's not even remotely deserved.
You don't even have a title
Stop.
anymore.
Hold on, homie. You're not who you think you are. Cody, you're not who you think you are. Dog, I know the truth about you. If the Bucks didn't, homie, if Kevin Owens didn't tell the Bucks to take care of you, you wouldn't have even been on the Indies at that time. You'd be the son of a plumber that's a plumber. Stop acting like you did something in professional wrestling. You are not that dude. You're not that dude. You're not that dude. You're not that dude. You making me want to pay for a meet and greet just to call you on your bluff in front of people. And I'm that petty, homie. You're not that dude. You could buy all the motherfucking Men's Warehouse suits you fucking want. You could dye your hair as blonde as you fucking want. You could talk like a politician all the fuck you want. You could drive your Lex Express across the country all the fuck you want. You could have the all-American dog and the biracial child all the fuck you want. But stop sitting here pretending that you're something you're not. Stop. You can only pull that shit with the WWE fans because they're dumb enough to believe it. But stop acting like your impact on pro wrestling was bigger than what it actually was, dickhead. For the love of fuck. I'm so sick of people in WWE having these unwarranted fucking egos. That dude needs a wake-up call.
I agree.
Hey, Cody. No, not Cody. Kenny, Bucks, y'all need to stop being humble. Y'all need to go ahead and just air that motherfucker out. Just air him out. Fuck waiting 10 years down the line or waiting until y'all retire to do it like y'all been saying in interview. No. Do it now. Do it now. Drop the nuke on that fake blonde head fucking bitch. Drop it on him. Do it. Because now he getting way too comfortable talking crazy. Air him out. Then if he keeps going with it, Tony, then you air him out. What is wrong with that dude?
I don't get it.
I was quarterback of the Bullet Club. They weren't making any real money until they... Shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking lying ass up.
It's almost like he has a mental illness with his ego.
Just a compulsive liar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he rattled that off without a hitch. Go watch the clip if you haven't seen it. He rattled that bullshit off without a hitch. Even AAR Priest was awkwardly laughing. He was like, because I think Cody forgot. Guess who was on the indies around that time when it was at its hottest? Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Punishment Martinez, dickhead. He knew Cody was capping. That's why he was like, He knew Cody was capping too. Please, somebody on the AEW side that was involved with the inception, air him out. Please. Dude, Cody, you cannot stand the fact that people see straight through you. That just bothers you to your core, doesn't it? And you can't solidify yourself when you telling lies. And I'm going to leave it right there. Fuck. Did you want to give any comments on that?
My question is, why hasn't Finn or AJ checked him? Because in his whole little diatribe, he said, well, Finn and AJ and I talk all the time about how they weren't really... I'm like, then why isn't AJ and Finn checking him? That makes no sense to me. Zero whatsoever. I mean, I could be like, all right, whatever, but no, now it's the matter of public record with the podcast. Those two have to check him. Period. Not just the Bucks, not just Kenny. It has to be Finn and AJ as well. Hell, you know what? Bring out the bitch of the Bullet Club. Where's Tama?
Dog.
Tama will do it in a heartbeat.
He's trying
Go ahead. Where's Tama?
He's not even...
Tama will clean this up quickly.
Dude, he's not even just trying to make revisions. He's trying to rewrite the entire book.
Yeah. I was a leader of Bullet Club. No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. Homie, you can't rewrite a book that's already been written by people that are better than you, dickhead.
Every time New Japan puts out a history of the Bullet Club, you know what I don't see as a leader? Cody.
And it's a step past ego, because I'm seeing people talking about ego. No, this is narcissism. This is narcissism. This is past ego. But now I can read Adrian Carpenter's super chat. Say, y'all thought Chody saying that Bullet Club didn't make money until he joined them. Lol, egomaniac. But yeah, guys, for future reference, if it's a hot topic in pro wrestling, we'll bring it up. And if not, and we get to the end of the stream and we don't, then in which case, okay, cool, you could call it out. But like, yeah, man, if it's a hot topic in wrestling, y'all know we gonna bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. Man, Warner, when I swear when I saw that bullshit, buddy, dude, I was like, man, you're not going to take credit for the era that brought me back to professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to let you do that. You goddamn side character. Because I'm getting tired of saying NPC. I'm going to go back to what it's actually called. Dude, you're a side character. at best. Fuck my life. Okay. I would say it's time to light the fuse, bring the boom.
Dynamite.
Dinamite. But no.
Mm-mm.
No. Get your VCR. About to pop this VHS in. And wonder, where do we get it from?
Blockbuster.
Because we got AEW Summer Blockbuster, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get into it. And Werner, just for you, the show opened with the usual montage of talent arriving at the arena.
Real quick.
Here he go, killing the mood. Go ahead.
No, the opening video package. I don't know if everyone watched it closely, but Tony put every match, every highlight of every feud that was going on tonight, and I thought that was genius.
It was a couple moments like that tonight. Blockbuster, I get that reference. I don't think a lot of people in here will get that reference, but I get that reference. Yes. But talent did arrive at the arena. And guess what? Some way, somehow, AEW did this better than WWE.
Yes, they did.
Some way, somehow. You know why? Because they made it unique, they made it funny, and then the last visual you see is Hangman entering the arena and Jon Moxley being disguised and hiding, and then the Death Riders following up behind him, and that's the shot you had going into tonight's festivities. WWE, how do you even let them do this back? Like, this is like y'all thing. This is like this talent arriving at the arena thing is y'all shit. And y'all let AEW do it better than y'all in 1 week.
And they only did 2 people. 2. Not 25 like you have to show every episode.
No, they trolled the shit out of you last week with that shit. That was funny as hell. It was like 9 people. That shit was hilarious. But Craig Braveheart said Bullet Club Air and Pro Wrestling was something special. Yes, it was.
Without Chody.
Dude, he could not accept that he's not the main character.
Mm-hmm.
So he ran back to the one place where he knew he could be main character, and even now, he's still not a main character.
Nope.
All right. But the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, stops Hangman at a Page, talks to him, giving him something to think about before he moves on. And that was when the Death Riders revealed themselves and followed him in. I meant to tell y'all that. I'm sorry. And first off, we got Swerve going against Willith Ospreay the third in their second match ever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because it did end in a time limit draw, some people might say, are you still going to give it a cheat code? Yes.
Yes.
You know why? Because the wrestling was actually good and it was a competitive match.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't used as a booking crutch because the person that's booking the show doesn't know how to book properly and book definitive finishes that make one or the other or both look strong. So yes, I had no problem with it. There's a right way of doing everything. And then there's a wrong way of doing everything. Yeah. WWE, when it comes to stuff like this, tends to find the wrong way of doing these things. AEW came out on the right side of it with this. I thought the match was phenomenal. Nobody won. Time limit draw. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Give your thoughts on the match.
The storytelling at the beginning of this match, chef's kiss. Swerve and Will shaking hands. Swerve saying, "I love you, brother." That just brought another level of emotion to this match. Then the whole broken nose thing. So when they do inevitably have the third match, you have that to draw on. Like, my God. How hard is it for WWE to just do a handshake? Like, come on. I know the whole Shawn thing was saying, "I'm sorry, I love you," has been bastardized for the last, 11 years? But this was perfect tonight.
And don't let this slip between the cracks. You seeing their killer instinct kick in as the match was going further and further and further, and you starting to see that killer instinct kick in between the two of them. That was also a moment in this matchup where I was like, dude, they just fucking get it.
Yeah.
They just get it, bro. Like, how, Warren, I'm going to ask this question again. How can you sit back and watch AEW and think that that other product is even remotely better?
You have to be brainwashed. I mean, literally, you have to be brainwashed.
My goodness, bro. But after the match, Swerve gets on the mic and he wanted sudden death. But the Death Riders start filing through. You know, they was in the crowd coming for him straight away. You know, Swerve is focused on them. The Young Bucks slid in the ring behind him and put boost to him, and the EVP trigger connects. They handcuff him in the ropes, and they were about to hit him with a super kick party with the thumbtack sneakers, which were Swerve sneakers. But Willith Ospreay at the third slides in the ring and takes the tack-studded super kick for Swerve. He sold that like death, and I fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And the ringside doctor immediately slides in to check on the already battered and bleeding Willith Ospreay the third, while Swerve strains at the cuffs. Go ahead.
So I gotta believe we're gonna get Bucks versus Swerve and Willith Ospreay the third at All In.
Sign me up.
That's gonna be a hopeful. Well, I believe this should be a balls to the wall match, and I believe Will is going to pull that out of the Young Bucks. Otherwise, they're gonna be shown 20 steps behind, like they have in some of their matches with, you know, former tag team champions that haven't been on TV since they lost their tag team belts.
No, they know they got to turn it up a notch. All In, big match. It's probably going to be in a marquee spot on the card. You got to bring your A game. If you're not going to bring your A game, get the fuck out of there.
Exactly.
Should have get off the pot, straight up. But no, I loved everything about this. The post-match angle worked. The storytelling was excellent. The psychology was excellent. Good shit from the both of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But Renee Salmon Croquette would interview Okada backstage. Before he could say anything, Don Callis in his bald rolls up and says he'd like to ask why Okada has his Kenny Omega match and not Kyle Fletcher or Takeshita. He asks Okada directly, and he wrenches Don's hand and calls him a bitch, slipping past Kyle, Takeshita, and Lance Archer, who have just appeared out of nowhere at the back. Don Callis and his bald up. Then we go to Brittnake. Back for commercial. Vip opens the door, and we see the Hurt Syndicate beating Commander down and removing his mask. As commentary explains, this is footage from earlier. Warner has a cousin Rodney that was suddenly stricken by malaria. Okay.
No, this was short, sweet, to the point, and it moved storyline.
And next up,
simple as that,
we got Blake Christian going against Mistico.
Mm-hmm.
And Mistico won by a pinfall with Avalanche Spanish Fly. Mistico, that was just a little dorm up. He wasn't even, flexing his muscles like that. He just was, getting in a little warm up before they go to Arena Mexico. A Grand Slam, beautiful people. The post-match, the Hurt Syndicate make their entrance and stand tall on the stage, and Booby Lashley extends an arm to hold an overexcited Njif back, and Vip speaks. He says this is an announcement from the Hurt Syndicate, but Njif will be speaking because he has something to say to the Cabron in the ring. And Max says Mistico was very impressive, and it's not easy to impress him, but he's going to give Misty
oh my God,
a match at Grand Slam Mexico next week because he looks forward to ripping that dime store mask off his stupid face. Well, you know what made that line funny? Mistico came out there with the best gear I think I've ever seen Mistico wear, and he said that line, and I was just like, goodness gracious. But he says for one night only, he's going to dust off the red, white, and the blue just for Mistico. He blesses the United States and himself, and the MJF flag unfurls, and red, white, and blue streamers explode into the ring. And Warner's favorite song, da 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 da, starts playing. Warner plays that on the electric guitar with his feet. Mjif.
The army song?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Mjif steps through the streamers and gets in the ring with Mistico. Mistico puts his hands up, snatches the mic from him. He laughs at Mjif and says he'll see him next week in Mexico City, in his house at Arena Mexico. And he says something about his mama in Spanish. And Mvip translates, and Max is furious. He says Mistico isn't a big deal to him because he grew up watching him. And here goes that one line that MJF does in every feud where it cheapens the feud and it makes the opponent look like total fucking shit, and he needs to stop doing these lines. It is not good heel work. It just takes the heat off of the matchup when he does this, and I fucking hate it with a burning passion. He calls him sloppy Sin Cara, and dude, I hate when he does lines like that. It takes the heat off of the feud.
I agree.
It comes across as a shoot.
But you know who loves it? Fed walkers. Fed walkers, we're eating this up like pie.
I can't tell y'all how much I wish he would stop doing that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. It takes the heat off of the match when you do that. Because those are fighting words in non-kayfabe.
Mm-hmm.
So him not hitting you for saying that makes him look stupid. That should have been the line where he decked him. Like, dude, if you gonna say a line like that, that should be the line where he decks him. And somebody might say, well, he did tonight. The line was still said.
Yeah.
That should be a line where MJF can't even fully get it out. To me, you're just still sloppy Sin. How hard is it? Why does MJF get more microphone freedom than anyone else in the company?
When he hasn't even earned it.
Because I see somebody like, oh, he did deck him after he said that. No, I mean, he should be decking him before it even gets out of his mouth.
Right.
If you've ever been in a fight before, you know when a person is you just feel when a person is about to say something that's going to make you swing on them. You feel it. Like you catch them before they even get it out. If you say I'm wrong, then that means you ain't never been in a real fight in your entire life. Like you can see they lips just curving to say some shit that you like, oh, you about to get punched in the mouth. And so before they can even get it out, boom, you didn't already hit them. Why was he allowed to get that line off? But the Hurt Syndicate would jump him and beat him down, and Bob and Shelton hold Mistico in place, and Max tears at his mask, but Kevin Knight, Speedball, and Mascara Dorada make the save, and Mvip takes a shot at Speedball with his cane, but they dodge into the ring, and we have a match, ladies and gentlemen. And Mjif would have on Mvip gear, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a joke. That actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But the Hurt Syndicate going against JetSpeed and Mascara Dorada. The Hurt Syndicate would end up winning by pinfall with a hammerlock DDT from Mjif on Speedball Mike Bailey. I did not like seeing Speedball lead the pin right there because it seems like he's starting to catch a little bit of momentum.
Yep.
But the match itself was okay. I won't say it was a cheat code or even a mini cheat code. I thought the match was okay. It was meant to serve a purpose to get to Arena Mexico, and I completely understand that. But something about this, I won't say it fell completely flat, but it was half bubbles, half flat, in my opinion. And depending on who you are, you might have it as full flat, or you might think it was the shit, depending on who you are. It just didn't hit for me. But post-match, Mjif beats Bailey down, and their teammates come to their aid, but the Hurt Syndicate return to the ring and beat the babyface trio down. And Mjif tears the Dorada's mask and gets it off. And Mjif holds it as a prize high in the sky. And Mistico returns and puts Max in La Mistica, and he taps, and he taps, and he taps, and he taps some more. And the Hurt Syndicate save their teammate, and Mistico beats a hasty retreat. And we go to break. Give your thoughts on the match and the post-match angle, Warner.
I really hope that Tony has a lot, and I mean a lot of security. Because if MJF decides to go after Mystico's mask, that crowd is going to go apeshit and jump the fence.
No,
not joking, because it's very serious down there.
Yeah, he like Jesus Christ down there too.
Uh-huh. You do not fuck with a wrestler's mask when you're in Mexico. And I have a feeling because MJF has all this fucking freedom that he hasn't earned, is going to do that bullshit. And then he's going to be in a hospital in Mexico. And then maybe in jail.
The hell is this? Jesus Christ. Sorry, y'all. My fault. Something started playing on my damn phone. What the fuck? What was I going to say? If MJF is bold enough to do something with their flag down there, with all of the civil unrest going on up here right now,
that's not new.
He ain't going to make it out of that damn arena.
No.
He ain't going to make it out of Mexico.
And if you think that the cartel will not be in there, you are wrong.
Yeah, no, he ain't going to make it out of Mexico. I hope he's not that dumb.
Well,
Canada's soft. You could do that in Canada.
Yeah, Canada's very soft.
But like down there,
stabby.
I'm telling you, MJF, I wouldn't. I'm sure CMLL officials have literally given him a list of things that he cannot do. And if he dares to go against one of those things, RIP MJF.
Yep. And you know what? I'm going to go on a limb. It's probably going to hurt the relationship between Tony and CMLL's management team.
Yeah,
and ownership.
So Tony, you need to go ahead and put the leash on that puppy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to let you know right now, you need to go ahead and put the leash on that puppy. Because he ain't the big dog he think he is. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's coming. But Cheap Heat, Cheap Heat has its spots. Pin Mike. That's why I wasn't so quick to use the term Cheap Heat.
Mm-hmm.
What MJF does is just cheap. I would cut the heat off of it. It's just cheap.
But that's all he knows how to do.
Yeah, like it doesn't ring any bells because it don't hit. Like 9 times out of 10, it just don't hit. Like occasionally he'll get a line where you're like, oh, that was kind of funny. But like for the most part, the shit don't really hit. It's just cheap. Because it's not getting heat. I remember in early AEW, he was getting booed out the building. Like now the crowd don't even really react to it like that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Because he doesn't commit to the bit. I think I've said this before. He doesn't commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Is MJF a heel? Is he a face? What is he? Go ahead.
It's like the little boy who cried wolf one too many times. That's what MJF is.
Yeah, if he commits to the bit, then I wouldn't have no problem with like him fishing for cheap heat. Like if he was committing to being a full out heel, go chase as much cheap heat as your heart desires. For all I give a damn. But like he does this weird thing where it's like I think he wants the crowd to like him but hate him at the same time. Like, dude, the crowd ain't full of women on their period. Oops. And that's a line I would say against him in the ring if we were cutting a promo. Like, dude, who are you? Who are you? One day you want the adoration, the next day you don't. It's like it's like you think you performing in front of a bunch of women on their menstrual cycle. Now, I know I would get some heat with the ladies for saying that line, but fuck it. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was one hell of a promo. I'm going to let you know that right now. But, yeah, man, like, MJF is starting to face the Cody syndrome where it's like you just see through everything he's doing. But the difference between him and Chody is that, dude, he could get some gristle off the bone if he just stopped trying to do like this like flip-floppy face heel gimmick that he's doing right now. Like this wacky like Adam Sandler type of gimmick that he's doing right now. Like if he stopped doing that and just was focused on being a bastard heel, we would have no problem with MJF. And I feel like we've been saying this since year 1 of AEW.
Yeah. But he refuses. He wants to be the tweener.
And it doesn't work. It's never worked. It was like a brief period in 2023 where it worked, and that was only because Fed Walkers were showing up to AEW shows.
Yep. Now they're not, for the most part.
And me and Werner have given him credit. When he does lock in on his heel character, me and Werner have given him credit. All right, but back for commercial, Hangman Adam Page makes his entrance, but the Death Riders are dragging him through the tunnel, beating him, and his hands are cuffed behind his back and his mouth is duct taped shut. Claudio and Wheeler Yuta throw him in the ring and keep the beat down going. And Marina Shafir's fine ass stalks around them with the briefcase, and Jon Moxley takes his good old time getting into the ring against his opponent at All In. Moxley gets on the mic and says he's terribly sorry about all this. It's just that he wants to make sure that they can have a real conversation. Heyman could get real distracted after all, and he worries about everyone but himself. But John wants him focused. This is his time. All In, the AEW World Championship. It is do or die. Hangman Page has been searching high and low for something, and Mox doesn't know what it is, but he has exactly 4 weeks to find it, to step up and become the man that everyone wants him to become. And if he's not prepared to do that, he could pack his shit and get the fuck out. And Hanger breaks away just to headbutt him, just enough to get a little headbutt in. And the Death Riders get the better of him and horse collar him with a steel chair, but the Ops make the save, duct tape removed. Hangman's mouth is free. Pause if necessary. Pause. Hangman says he'll ride through death to get that championship, and if he finds any of them tonight, he will take their heads. Pause if necessary. Pause. Except for Marina Shafir.
Yeah.
All head is accepted.
Yes.
From Marina Shafir.
Yes.
All, whatever one she wants to give, it is accepted.
Yes.
He grabs the chair and they try to destroy him with it and heads out through the crowd and hunts some Death Riders, and we go to Break. Let me read a couple comments and then we're going to keep going with the show. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang, slow way down. Y'all need to go ahead and pick it up. I'm only reading a couple comments. So, again, if you want your comment read with a sense of urgency, you know what to do. Oh, man, y'all just slowed the comment section way down. God damn, that man ain't nothing to read. I'm going to keep going then. All right.
Yeah.
Megan Bayne, the Megasis, and Penelope Titties going against the Booty Sisters, Anna Booty and Ty Booty. And Ty Booty is Ty Booty now.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to get that established. And, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give these ladies. I'm gonna give them a conditional mini cheat code, and the reason why I say this is because I think this can go somewhere feud wise. I think this could go somewhere feud wise. I think Ty Mello and Megan Bayne could be a decent feud. I think, Anna Booty and Megan Bayne could be, they could run that. Like, it's a lot you could do with this. But something I want to start seeing. I need to see Penelope Ford get some wins. I need to see it. And the reason why is Penelope Ford is one of the most marketable women that Tony Khan has on his roster right now. You could put her on a marquee of something, and men are going to come into the building. Pause if necessary. Pause. You need to start giving her some wins. That's my only gripe. But outside of that, conditional little mini cheat code for this. But the Booty Sisters end up winning by pinfall with a gory special, swung into a knee strike from Ty Mello on Penelope Ford. In post-match, Ty Booty and Anna Booty, the Booty Sisters, evade a beatdown from Megan Bayne and celebrate on the stage. And Ty Booty was just cussing. All that cussing.
Yes.
Don't you know I like my music non-violent with limited cussing?
No working blue in AEW.
That's right. You're going to get the hook. All right. Werner, I think you could take the show from here because you got to put in some work.
Well, real quick, I really enjoyed the match. I didn't look, I was surprised. She had very little ring rust. She looked really good tonight. For having 2.5 years off, she looks really, really good in the ring.
Says she's such a sweetheart, too. Oh, I know. I'm just going to play this.
I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch. You dirty bitch. You dirty bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Said you are mother, no cursing. Drama. Why did you add drama at the end? Adrian Carpenter came through with the two smackaroos, said it's time for AEW Women's Tag Team titles. Again, I think Tony is going to be gunshot and wait until it's no demand for it. I hate to say it.
Yeah. He's very gun shy when it comes to that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Alrighty, now we have the history of Kenneth Omega III versus Okada. Long video vignette explaining their history. Very well done.
Very well done.
Very well done. And we go to break. Back from break, we have Kenneth Omega III and Okada's all-in contract signing, to which Tony Schiavone is out in the ring with both titles and a title that is covered. Ooh.
Hey, Pin Mike, pause that. He put cheat code package. Let's pause that.
Whoa.
Let's pause that. Let's everybody in the comment section, let's pause that for him.
Pause.
Truth Seekers, pause that for him, please and thank you. Por favor. Go ahead, Warner.
All right, so both Okada and Kenny are out there. Tony introduces the unified title that has side plates of Kenny and Okada.
Which was a very nice touch.
Very nice touch.
Dude, but Warner, real quick. All the people that are bitching about the name of the belt, the size of the belt, can y'all go find something to do? The belt is fine. It's only so many names you could put on a belt at this point without it infringing on somebody's fucking copyright.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. And normally I'm not even the type to tell people to shut up and like it. But like when it comes to this, come on. You're getting Okada versus fucking Omega. Shut the hell up. People just that like when it comes to stuff like that, now that just feels like complaining for the sake of complaining. Y'all don't do this shit with WWE.
It looks better than every WWE World Championship.
Right. Which y'all wanted a giant W on the front? Was that what it was missing? Like, god damn, dude, the amount of people I saw bitching about it. I was like, shut the hell up. But go ahead, Warner, finish it out.
All right, so we have no theatrics from Okada, who wasted no time in signing the contract. Omega took the mic and said 7 years almost to the day they had their last match, and Omega doesn't recognize himself. So let's leave it all in the ring one final time. Omega signs. The two should have a face-off and offering a hand. Omega offers a handshake. Okada obliges. They trash talk one another before Don Callis' music hits, and he walks to the stage.
Don Callis. There you
go. Callis told Omega he shouldn't involve. This is a match. Callis told Omega this match shouldn't involve Okada. It should be with the cash. Omega told him to cut the shit, as this isn't about them, and Callis isn't going to ruin things this time. Omega said there isn't one trick Callis can pull. He doesn't know. Callis says he bet he didn't know about this one, and then that turns into Okada attacking Omega from behind with the Continental belt as Callis hands him the police baton and knocks his midsection into next Tuesday. And then delivers one to the face.
White. You are so white. Jesus Christ.
What?
Were we going to toss a holy cow in there too?
Holy moly.
Goodness gracious. Go ahead, man.
So the medical team quickly showed up to tend to Omega. They placed him on a backboard when Okada smirked, and Callis told him to hit a top rope elbow. CD came out to the ring and held them back while Okada was loaded onto a stretcher. Daniels ordered Callis and Okada to leave, but Okada shoved Daniels down and hit another elbow off the apron onto the stretcher. Omega's mouth exploded with blood as Okada and Callis left through the crowd and out of the arena to a waiting car.
Part 2, Warner. Part 2. Here we go. Watch this. just like with the belt thing. It was probably just Fed Walkers, to be honest, but Fed Walkers. Oh my God, was that raspberry jam?
Oh,
This
Jesus.
is so stupid. Why did people? I'm like, oh my God, just say you jealous of the product that you are watching and you wish WWE would do stuff like this. Just admit it. God damn it, just admit that your product is a failure.
How about stop hate watching WWE or AEW and just watch
That's
your beloved
literally
WWE?
what I just said. Like, stop. Just stop. Stop being mad that there's something better. Stop. I've never seen people that are mad at better about anything in my life until this. And I've lived a very cultured life. This is the most in my life I've ever seen people complain about something that's good.
Right.
But I bet if they did this in the Drew McIntyre CM Punk feud, y'all would have thought it was the greatest thing since sliced damn bread.
Oh, feud of the year 2 years in a row. I mean, let's be real.
Man, so shut the hell up. God, Fed Walkers. Dude, go ahead.
Alrighty, briefly, Scoops
Scoops.
Marvez, who just happened to be standing near the escape car, tried to get a word in with Callis, but didn't respond.
He was masturbating in the dark corner, Werner. Leave him alone. He was trying to get the scoop on his own genitalia. He held the mic up to it and everything. Go ahead.
All right, up next we have Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness are now on commentary for the next 2 hours. And they both just were dejected and shocked at the actions of one Okada to Kenny Omega.
Oh,
and
Xavier, real quick. Yeah, dude, I audibly reacted when I saw the blood shoot out his mouth. Like, I audibly was like, oh, shit. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But go ahead, Werner.
Then Adams Cole music hits, and the TNT champion joins Nigel and Tony on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we got Kyle Fletcher versus Anthony Bowens. I'd call this a mini cheat code.
Barely, but yeah.
Mini cheat code. Bowens is trying his ass off.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it, Werner. It was looking so good when he came in with his solo gimmick. But Werner, it looks like, just like with Max Caster and Daniel Garcia and all these people, it looks like AEW has just passed them by.
Yeah.
It just looks like AEW just passed them by, dude. Like, he just can't keep up with the new talent. He can't. I hate it. I really do, because I think he does have some talent, but dude, when you out there with these young bulls that are hungry, what can you do for real? But go ahead, Warner.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Kyle Fletcher hit a brainbuster for the win. Then he had a stare down with Adam Cole and said the TNT title is his. Up next, we have MJF American Hero video package.
Oh my God.
Gag.
What are you, a white girl? What are you, Legally Blonde? Are you Ronald Witherspoon instead of Reese Witherspoon? He said gag. Pause too, by the way. Warner. God damn. Okay, bro. All right, man. We got to, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the lack of masculinity portion of tonight's review. What you gonna say, Toodles next, motherfucker? That's how Werner gonna sign off the show tonight. Toodles, guys.
No.
Sheesh. All right, go ahead.
Alrighty, up next we have Carlos Cabrera in the ring. Nice little Carlos Cabrera sighting. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the ring to promote the collaboration between AEW and CMLL ahead of Grand Slam Mexico next week. Cabrera introduces a star who debuted almost 40 years ago and is his idol for generations, and a legend to fans of all ages. Someone who has taken many masks, and a real living legend in Atlantis. Atlantis makes his way to the ring with his son, Atlantis Jr.
Telling you, top babyface potential, dude.
Oh, no, I agree.
Oh, wait, real quick. Mo, that's a good comment. Said Bones can wrestle too. Kept him with Caster too long. Yeah, that's what I think it is, bro.
I agree.
Tony should have broke them up like 3 years ago, dog.
Yeah, like right after they lost the belts, they should have broken up.
Like, imagine the momentum Anthony Bowens would probably have right now if Tony would have pulled the trigger when he should have. But go ahead.
They were immediately interrupted by Stokely fucking Hathaway and FTR.
Stokely is another one of those net negatives. Like, why is he there?
I don't get it.
Like,
give someone else a chance to be a manager.
Like, dude, another one of those like ex WWE cast-offs where he's just there and he's just phoning it in.
Uh-huh.
Like, dude, you're not Chris Rock, you're not Chris Tucker, you're not Bernie Mac. Like, dude, stop trying to do like this amalgamation of all these fucking 90s black comedians in one gimmick. You're not that. You a half-wit fucking milk dud, non-mic working ass little bitch. Cut that shit out. Like, dude, I hate everything about what he does in front of that mic. Go ahead.
You know, this would probably be a perfect time for like Samantha to get a chance at being a manager.
Man.
Because she wouldn't have to be with Ricochet. She could do it with anybody. You know, she could have done it with FTR and been a heel manager. We would have enjoyed that. But no, we get Stokely Hathaway instead. Stokely Hathaway said he heard the words living legends. There are only two that he's aware of, and it's Harwood and Wheeler. Hathaway told Cabrera to beat it, and Atlantis has the look in his eyes of someone who is old and they're about to defecate themselves on national television. This is how you promote. Hathaway ran down FTR's accomplishments the last few months. They took out the Rock and Roll Express. They turned Nigel McGuinness into a pill popper who takes melatonin now.
Yeah, because when I think pill poppers, I think melatonin.
Melatonin. That's white girl shit right there.
Goodness gracious. Okay, go ahead. Let's keep going. Speed it up.
Hope he goes to sleep and wakes up in 2002 because that's when he was last relevant. Daniel Garcia was left contemplating retirement and brought up an OnlyFans. What are we doing here?
This did not need to be here.
Yeah, no. Adam Copeland's at home staring at a wall while his brain is sizzling like a fajita plate from Chili's. This is just trash.
Dude, I keep telling you, it's like he thinks he's a combination of every 90s black comedian ever, and he's not. He's not funny. Hi, Gabriella. Yeah, get around, I get around. How old are you? Because I know you got butthurt about the Jordan thing in the other stream, and now you like rest in peace, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. And yes, rest in peace to him.
Yes.
Gabriella's gonna be like 79 and still kicking. I watched two dinosaurs have sex in my backyard. It's all right though.
FTR Bald called Atlantis the oldest wrestler in wrestling.
My daughter.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say that in his promo.
He should have.
And he said if FTR wrestled back in his day in the 30s, they'd have fared well. Atlantis could have been their bag boy, as they would have been beating everyone in their path.
Pause.
And how many depends Atlantis goes through. Atlantis had enough, and they fight on until FTR was about to deliver the spiked pile driver on Atlantis when Adam Cole left commentary to break things up. The Don Callis family ran out, and the numbers game gave way until Templarlo and Bandito arrived.
Oh, you messed that up, boy. Templario.
Templario.
Oh, I said Templalo. Okay. Aaron Aflalo is his name, apparently.
I'm not an honorary Latino.
Wait. Pistons legend, Aaron Aflalo.
That's true.
There you go.
Bandito arrived to clean house and make the save as the brawl continued with Fitter attacking them from behind. Brody's King's music hit, and he joins the melee, throwing punches at every heel in his path. FTR and Don Callis' family try to bail, but are wiped out by Templario and Bandito. Dives, leaving Harwood surrounded by King, Cole, Bandito, Atlantis Jr., and ultimately Atlantis, who was the one to drop him and send Harwood scurrying away. But Atlantis was hot on his heels through the crowd. This was just, I guess, okay. Anything FTR does right now is trash because of Stokely.
Werner got 2 fur coats that he don't wear unless he bathing in pudding.
I do not have any fur coats.
Yes, you do.
I care about animals.
You told me how many animal rights activists you chased away in '97. Yeah. I know your story about the marathon. I remember. I went to go pump my gas, and then next thing I knew, they jumped out on me with the paint, and then Diddy rappelled down from a helicopter. Warner, you remember that story?
No.
Go fuck yourself because it happened.
No, it didn't.
All right.
Now you're starting to sound like Cody.
Well, adrenaline is in my soul, but it's not something Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. All right, Lexi Nair is backstage with the Titty Sucker and Big Bill.
If you speed up, Werner, act like you're Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. God damn, I don't want to hit his promo line for line.
They said they were stacking W's. Apparently, they beat the Gates of Agony a few weeks ago.
Ooh, nice. New tag team, Gates of Agony. Gates of Adderall, apparently. Go ahead.
They said there needs to be another tag team out there. They were cut off by the Horsemen. So now they're going to face JD Drake and Anthony Henry. I'm just...
Did you watch? Stop, Werner. How do you expect me not to laugh? Bro, did you just get mad? You said,
Up next, we got Timeless Toni Storm versus Julia with Mercedes on commentary.
God damn it, Werner. Even when I try not to laugh, you do some shit like that where I laugh. Bro, like, come on, bro. How the fuck am I not supposed to laugh at you getting exhausted and mad at reading? That shit is hilarious. All right. You want me to read? Do you want me to read? Oh, you got
if you want to.
You said, You know, sir, I have faith in you. Just put things in summation and let's get through this show.
All right.
Ooh, buddy. You want a stagehand with that dramatic pause?
Mercedes tweeted that she wanted to be 5 belts Moné, doesn't want to wait till All In, wants them to win another title on commentary. So at Grand Slam next week, she wants to challenge the CMLL for the women's CMLL title. Julia Hart took down Storm, went up top for another moonsault, but Storm moved out of the way. Hart rolled through, only to walk right into a big package to give Storm the flash pin.
Julia, you gotta pick it up on these performances, beloved. These performances getting a little too inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. Post-match, Storm celebrated her win, but failed to see Moné entering the ring and standing over a fallen champion. Moné helped Storm up, sniffed her hair, and whispered something before slamming her to the mat and firing off punches and bunches. Mina Shirakawa's music hits, and she runs into the ring to make the save. As Moné bailed, Shirakawa tended to Storm, taking her attention off Moné, who ran back in and attacked Shirakawa, launching her out of the ring. Moné held up the AEW Women's title and told Storm to kiss the title goodbye. Lexi Nair is backstage with
That's
Ricochet.
Right.
Huh?
Okay, sir. So, real quick. I like that they're ratcheting up the intensity for Mercedes and Toni. I do like that. But there's something missing.
What do you think that is?
Just like with the early parts of Toni Storm and Mariah May, where we said it was something missing and we just didn't know what.
Mm-hmm.
We're in that same position with this Mercedes-Toni feud. I don't know what it is. We didn't know what it was with that either until it came about. Like, that feud needed creative violence.
Okay.
So
well, I mean, we have 4 weeks to get there.
Yeah, so I don't know what this is missing as of right now, but it's missing something. It's missing something. And I hope and I pray that Toni and other Toni and fucking Mercedes can figure it out, because yeah. I like what they did tonight. Don't get me wrong. I like what they did tonight. But it's an ingredient missing. We'll see. I'm gonna put the "we'll see" stamp on it. But go ahead, Warner.
Lexi Nair is backstage with Ricochet, who said everyone knows he's searching for perfect individuals to help his quest in winning AEW Gold. Then Lee Johnson and Blake Christian strut in to say they also need someone, which Ricochet said they are correct.
God damn it. Ricochet?
I said Ricochet.
Here we go with this again. Do I gotta verify? Just hold the L. You said Ricochet. Keep going.
They said they're correct. He's been watching them for a while, but said they're acting like make-believe Ricochet.
There we go.
And there's something that they're missing. Ricochet crackled and left, leaving Johnson and Christian baffled.
Cackled. Warner cackled. Shit. He crackled? I didn't see his egghead split open. I didn't see that.
You didn't? Oh, well, then you were watching the wrong show, sir.
Sir, my feed worked just fine. You need to see what fucking version of Max you got. Your ass got Mox. You ain't got Max. Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
All right, up next, we got Mark Briscoe, our sexual lord and savior, Tomohiro Ishii, and Willow Nightingale taking on Mansoor and Mason Madden with Taya Valkyrie.
This was so random.
Right?
This was so fucking random.
All right, Taya missed a high kick on Willow, who stacked her up with the Dr. Bomb for the win.
Willow.
So fucking adorable. Alrighty, up next, we have Chris Statlander walking out of the arena last week and said if Nightingale is done with her, then she's done with it too. Statlander said folks should realize that there's no one on the roster like her, so why isn't that good enough? Wheeler Yuta walks up trying to recruit. That's pretty much it. She storms off, and Wheeler and Mina Shafir have a stare down.
Homie, I'm going to need you to get a haircut before you try to recruit anybody. How are you going to recruit somebody if you can't look them in the eyes? On me. Motherfucker got hair like a Shih Tzu. Okay. Let's keep going.
Up next, we got the ROH World Champion Bandito, whose mask has sold out on AEWshop.com, with Los Outrunners versus the Beast Mortos.
This is a cheat code.
This is a cheat code.
This is a cheat code.
This is very much a cheat code.
Bandito got that intangible too, bro. Whenever he got to stay healthy. He has that intangible too, where it's like, dude, the crowd just gets fucking behind him.
He could be the next Ray, because he has that big baby face potential.
Dude, I said this like a couple weeks ago on stream. I remember when he was highly regarded as like the #1 luchador in the world at one point, and it just, man, he just couldn't stay fucking healthy. So hopefully he can stay healthy, because, yeah, man, the crowd wants to rally behind him, and his moveset is insane. So, yeah, no, shouts out to him. This is a cheat code to me.
Yeah, this was a cheat code to me too, but Bandito won with a revolutionary fly for the victory over Beast Mortos.
Oh, and Mo, yes, the Beast Mortos needs more wins too.
Yeah,
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, no, we're all in agreement with that. He needs to go on a string of victories.
Yep.
All right, Renee Paquette is backstage with Mercedes asking her what she whispered to Tony, but Monet said she's not one to kiss and tell. Paquette brings up Monet's challenge for the CMLL women's title.
Oh, buddy.
As Zuxis?
Let's go with that. All right, let's keep going. Go ahead, Warner.
Walks in and says, challenge accepted, bitch. Drops Monet with a forearm, says she'll see her at Grand Slam.
She laid into that motherfucker.
Perfect.
Yeah, she laid into that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I was thinking about this when this was going off. Didn't they wrestle last year right before Forbidden Door, before she fought Stephanie?
Yep, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, back from break. Renee is busy backstage in hopes of getting an update on Will Ospreay when Hangman Adam Page walks in and asks how he is before she can answer. The Young Bucks enter and ask if Page is okay, having no clue what was going to happen to him from the Death Riders earlier. Page demands 5 words on why he should not take their heads off. Matthews said we were aiming for Swerve. The guy said we were targeting him for months so Page would have a clear path to the Owen. And you're welcome, by the way. They told Page all he needed to do now was stick the landing at All In and bring the title to the Elite like they planned. Page said that
Let me backtrack for 1 second. Slow down.
Okay.
Well, shit, as if you can slow down anymore. But let me backtrack. Mercedes is probably not going to eat any L's going into All In.
No.
So I'm wondering how this match is going to play out. And they go YouTube stealing our fucking likes again. So I'm wondering how this match is going to play out. I'm very curious.
Either draw or DQ.
Like, because, yeah, dude, I don't, if CMLL is willing to give their belt to her, I don't know if that's a good move. I don't know if that's a good move. That might be stretching it a little too far. Yeah, I'd rather see Tony interfere. Like, if that's the thing that makes the intensity of this feud go up even more, I'm fine with that. But yeah, something with that feud is missing right now. And by the way, guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're sharing the stream to Facebook groups, retweeting the stream. I know y'all got social media. Stop acting like y'all don't. Okay? Share our stuff. All right? And also hit off the donations as well. Show the necessary love to the show. But you know what, Warner, where were you at? I'm going to take it from here because I want to get out of here.
The second half of Page's promo.
Oh, no, finish that out.
Page said there was never a plan. He said he talked to them. He hasn't talked to them in months. He never asked them to do what they did at Dynasty or tonight. Page said stay out of his business, Ospreay's business, and Swerve's business. Page said if he ever burns down at home again, it'll be because he's trapped the Bucks in it first. Page walks away as the Bucks said Page just made his bed. They also walked off as Prince Nana was spying in the background during all of this and reported back to Swerve Strickland, who was in with the doctors with Will Ospreay, asking if he heard that. Strickland said every word.
Bet. I like that they utilized that development and they utilized that storyline progression because it was needed. Pardon me, it was needed, and I'm glad that it happened on tonight's show with 4 weeks left to still continue to build to what they have going on. All right, next up we got Queen Animata going against Thekla. I know they call it Thekla. I'm not finna do all that. Thekla. I'm just gonna call it Thekla, okay? It's much easier to say. All right. So I'm gonna go mini cheat code, but this is also gonna be a conditional for me. I felt like Queen Aminata got way too much offense in this match. Sorry. If that's an unpopular opinion, that's an unpopular opinion. I just feel like Queen Aminata got way too much offense in this match. I would have liked to see more of a balanced matchup. I knew Thekla wasn't going to squash her. I knew that. But, like, I would have liked to seen more of a balanced matchup between these two ladies. It just they obviously didn't kill Thekla's aura at all or anything like that. I don't feel like she's she's a waste and that. No, it's not like that. But something about this didn't sit right with me. But if I'm looking at it from a standpoint of just stepping back, pretending they're just two women's wrestlers, one is not more important than the other, then in which case it was a mini Chico. But considering the higher importance is being placed on Thekla's push right now, her having not even a 50-50, like a 70-30 match with Queen Aminata, that's not a good look. I don't know what it was that just bugged me about it, but that shit was not a good look. I did not like it, not even a little bit. But the match itself was fine. Go ahead.
No, I thought this was a great match. I mean, again, it's good to see that, Queen Aminata is getting in offense. Like, yes, it was too much, but you're still seeing that she has a future in AEW. And this isn't going to, it's going to be a competitive match. I don't think this was meant to be a squash. Otherwise, they would have had your local competitor. But I like the match. Thekla still has aura. She has a dope finisher. I think this is just all roads lead to Mercedes and maybe the TBS belt.
You're taking an 8-second pause for it. Just keep going. Man, what you waiting for? You waiting for a nod of approval or something?
No, I didn't know I was still going. Okay, so backstage, Lexi Nair is with Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is asking Sabian's surprise. Christian Cage mentioned last week, was it ready? Wayne asked where Cage was, where his mom was. And Sabian and Cage were putting in hard work with her, but quickly pivoted and threw to the Best of the Super Juniors video package showcasing Nick Wayne. They cut back, and Wayne told Sabian he loved it. And Sabian said, "It's what brothers are for." Sabian and Cage wanted to tell him he's proud of Wayne and he doesn't know where he'd be without Cage. And same would be said for Wayne. Sabian walked off, and Wayne just looked into the sky. All right, up next we have commentary recapping the Okada Omega contract signing. And Tony mentioned that he went to a local medical facility.
No, he said hospital.
Local Portland hospital.
There you go.
Alrighty, in the main event, we have the Paragon, which is the TNT champion Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Daniel Garcia, versus the Don Callis family of Takeshita, Josh Alexander, Lance Archer, and Hechicero with Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta ringside.
I'm going to say it until something changes before you get into the result. I'm going to say it before something, like something needs to give in more ways than one. Y'all know what I'm going to say. This is probably the most predictable thing I say on the show next to our opening format. But I'm gonna put a twist on it tonight. I have to. Tony, were you listening? Were you listening? Were you listening? Were you listening? Were you watching and listening? Theme ain't over no more. Dance ain't over no more. He came out and it was like dude, I thought I turned the volume down on my TV by accident. I thought I was sitting on my remote. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm dead serious. I dead ass was like, oh shit, am I sitting on my remote? And I looked over and my remote was motherfucking across the room. It was like dude, Tony, he had to go out there, and I watched this with my own eyes. He had to force fan interaction.
Mm-hmm.
What more evidence do you need? They're not even popping for the dance move within the match anymore. Everybody pops for the 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody pops for that. Though I hope you're not hearing that and thinking that's him being over. They'll pop for that if Max Caster fucking did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God. Like, Tony, what will it take? It sounded like somebody turned the audio down on the fucking audience when he came out there. What will it take? Stop having these obsessions with flavors of the month, dude. Stop. Daniel Garcia is like a year and a half past his expiration date at this point. You trying to make a bowl of cereal with cottage cheese. Stop. I don't know why you are so fucking stubborn about Daniel Garcia of all people. He out there dressed like a fucking Twizzler too. Like, dude, there's nothing there with Daniel Garcia. You're not investing into some golden stock with him. Stop. He can't cut a promo. He's, dude. Oh shit. Camera fail, y'all. Sorry. Talk to the people, Warner.
You know, Daniel Garcia is just a waste of space that is long overdue to be benched. You know, to put it mildly, bench him until his contract runs out. I know you just re-signed him, but it's not there anymore, Tony. Let it the fuck go. You have to cut your losses somewhere. You've done it with other people. Now it's time to do it with Daniel Garcia. Whether you want to admit to it yourself that it's a failure, you need to cut your losses here. Coming out to nothing is bad. This isn't WWE to where when someone comes out and they come out to nothing that it's okay. Because only WWE for some odd reason think that's a positive. Don't be like WWE, Tony. For the love of God. All right. To make a long story short with this match, Josh Alexander planted Roderick Strong with a bridging German suplex for the win. Why is Roderick Strong taking the L? Why is it that Daniel Garcia, Mr. No Pop himself, Mr. No Reaction himself, Mr. I can't do anything right himself, has to not take the L here? It's fucking ridiculous. You need to start having him take L's too, Tony.
My camera's still not on, Warner, but I agree with you, dog. He refuses. My fault, y'all. I'm going to get back right. My bad. Daniel Garcia's fucking boring to shut my camera down. That's what that was. Keep talking, Warner.
I just
say that. Oh, go ahead.
I don't get it. Like, honestly, Darren, like, why have this weird? I mean, it's borderline obsession. Like, do we have to? And I hate saying this because I don't want the karma to come back to me. I really don't, and I really don't like wish this on anybody. But the only way for Tony not to do something is if they're injured.
And even then, he's still gonna keep bringing them up.
Right. I'm sure Daddy. I'm sure. What Daddy Magic will be still coming out and going, Daniel Garcia is only a couple days away after getting injured. You know, after he made his arm into a twig, but still he's only a couple days away. It's.
Setup might be a little bit janky, but I think I got the camera back on.
I don't. This is just fucking ridiculous that he can't take pins. What is he, the fucking Undertaker, and he can dictate his creative?
Apparently.
I'm just so frustrated with this whole Daniel Garcia nonsense.
Yeah, bro. Y'all are seeing the guns right now. Y'all seeing the gun show. But yeah, man, let's go to ratings, dude. Let's just go to ratings. You already said the result, right?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Okay, I'm gonna combine the ratings like I did the last time. There's no point in doing it any other way. Look, there was a lot that saved this from being something completely worse.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 8.3. Tony has to cut back on the I like this and I don't really care if anyone else does. I think it's over. So I'm gonna put it on the show business. Like it has to stop at some fucking point. You know what I'm saying? So that's I'm sorry, Tony. You earned this low 8 tonight, bro. I thought outside of that type of stuff, it was great, but dude, you don't want to creep it to those 7s and then those 6s and then those 5s and then and then next thing you know you in WWE territory because you've been doing phenomenal this year, bro. Phenomenal. Don't fuck it up, man. Don't fuck it up. So yeah, I'm just gonna combine the two, 8.3. Moment of the night. I'm gonna go with the storyline progression. I like the storyline progression we got tonight, leading into All In. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the storyline progression overall. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go flat 8 for 2 reasons. One, Daniel Garcia should not be in the main event. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's a combination of both Collision and Dynamite. A 4-hour show should not have Daniel Garcia as your fucking main event. 2, you have a 4-hour show. We don't need an overrun.
Yeah.
That's the point of having a 4-hour show, not to have an overrun.
Yeah, no, the overrun is wild. Yeah.
That's nuts. Moment of the night. The first, 40 minutes, 45 minutes with Swerve, Ospreay, the Don Callis family,
mm-hmm.
the Bucks, or the Death Riders and the Bucks. Mm-hmm. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well let's get out of here, guys. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. But before we do, I'm gonna clear the air. You can't rush what's organic. And I'm going to leave that open to interpretation. There's some people that might understand it. There's some people that might not. There might be some people that try to make a joke out of it. It's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dead serious. Like, whatever you want in life that you want it to be the best it possibly can be, let it come to you organically. And yeah, no, the Coke joke is corny, by the way, Gabrielle. I agree with Mo. It's corny. But, yeah, go ahead. That's why I want to clear the air on.
You either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain. How you feeling, CM Punk? Because now you're the villain. Everyone now hates you because you are going to Saudi Arabia. Enjoy.
I don't got nothing to say on CM Punk. I don't. I wasn't, like, I know I said what I said about the hot topics earlier, but I wasn't going, he's not worth it. I'm just going to leave it alone from here on out. Like, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Some people just aren't even worthy of speaking on.
That's true.
And he's one of those people. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Well, it's time for us to get the fuck up out of here. So, therefore, going once, going twice, and so to the man with the braids in his ass. So, sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, the dish boy, Mr. Stark, sign.
Being a football boy, the Messiah, semi-cute sixes, and the internal pessimist, Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all.
See you Friday.